Well, today is episode number 57 of Manifest
Woo.
Mondays. Man, a year and 5 weeks now.
Right.
Amazing. We're blessed to have an amazing special guest with us today, the very legendary, one and only yours truly, Paigey Pooh, aka Paige B. I mean, there's so many different things that I'm just like, but she's the one and only. She's a true legend. I mean, when you talk about beast mode, she's the epitome of it. She's one of the first people that comes to my mind when I think of like the fitness game and everything like that. But um, Paige, am I pronouncing? Is it Bullard?
Bullard.
Bullard. Okay, all right. That's why I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Paige Bullard, better known as Paigey Pooh or Alfemale, a professional calisthenics athlete, man, personal trainer, all of the above. You might have seen her competing in extreme calisthenics for UFX or featured on platforms such as Fox Sports, Tubi, Hulu, Apple TV. She's the founder of Alfemale. It's a brand that empowers people through fitness. And she is planning to launch a gym that blends performance training, nutrition, and recovery. Plus, she
Love it.
plans to also start her own clothing line, which matches and exceeds all of those qualities and brings that all to life. The goal is to create spaces where athletes and fitness enthusiasts can not only reach their full potential, but also feel supported in every step of their journey. And she's all about pushing boundaries and having fun while doing it. So, that being said, with no further ado, we have the amazing Paigey Pooh with us. Thank you so much for joining.
Come on,
Of
man.
course.
Hey, clap it up
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
that, man.
that's
Clap
it.
it up.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
That's heavy.
it. That's it.
That's heavy,
That's it.
man. We got a heavy
Yeah,
hitter on with us today, man.
a heavy hitter, man. Yeah, the first time she hopped on the live, she said, "I heard somebody say pull-ups." And I was, I was like, it was meant to be. I knew it was fate. I was at that moment. I was like, we got to have her on here.
Pull up.
That's what's up.
I think Diamond and Paige got to have a pull-up off at some
she
point.
Come
she
on.
pro- she probably gonna win, bro. She probably gonna
Yeah,
win.
she's a beast, bro. She's a beast.
She gonna get me right now. It's summertime though. Summertime, I'll be all ready for that
Okay,
for
all
sure.
right.
We're gonna have to have her on again, and we're gonna do it on live too.
For sure,
Ain't no
for
getting out of this. You know what I mean? That's what's up.
hmm But Paige, is there anything that you wanted to share in particular beyond that biography? Just a little snippet or a bit about yourself.
Um, Not really. Other than that, I got 4 dogs.
Hmm
Uh, I'm a painter. I'm a sculpt. I sketch. I'm into the arts as much as I am into fitness.
hmm
Uh,
nice.
yeah. I'm pretty regular. Not too regular, but
Yeah,
All right.
just
run
regular
around.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right level of regular.
What's the most recent piece that you've worked on?
Been a while. It's probably this one back here. It's a biggie piece that I
Oh,
did.
that's fire.
Can we check
Um,
it out real quick? Can we? Is it on the? Let me see. Let's see it live, man. Why not? Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's hard.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah. Is that a PlayStation controller?
that's Super Nintendo Sega Genesis.
Oh,
All
okay. Word,
right.
word,
Ah,
word, word.
yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We get
Super
where you going.
Nintendo Sega Genesis.
I was
Hey,
there,
let's go.
man.
That's
I couldn't
fine.
remember this. Yeah.
On there.
I
Love
see
it.
what you did
Yeah.
there. I see what
I
you
have
did.
another, but it's far and it's pretty big, so
Hmm
she can stay in there.
That's fire.
And I sold all my other pieces, but these two, I don't mind getting rid of that one, but the other one is close to my heart.
Hmm
I'll show you guys at some point, but yeah.
Yeah,
That's dope.
absolutely. Well, once again, we appreciate
Yeah.
having you. It's an honor to be in your presence. We had the pleasure of meeting, obviously, out and about.
Yeah,
I was DJing at what was it, Buttons? Buttons, yeah.
I
And
think so. You was turned up with the tunes.
Come on.
you
Come
see,
on.
you saw it in real time.
Oh,
You saw it in real time.
yeah.
But always bringing the vibes, and you was definitely bringing the vibes. Like you was matching the energy. Like the tunes was there, but the vibes was there too. I was like, hey man, we was locked in. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was digging it. I was digging it a little too much. You can never dig music a little too much, though. Music is my
yeah,
life. I love music.
Absolutely, absolutely. But tell us, so you're into a lot of different things, right? You know, you're into fitness, you're into the arts. But what specifically, I guess, led you to pursue your career in calisthenics? And how has it shaped who you are today?
Um, well, I wish he was on, but his name is Doc. He's the reason that I'm even into calisthenics.
Hmm.
Because I'm always working out. Like I've been working out since high school.
Right.
But up until I met him, we started off doing a photo shoot. One thing led to another, and aside from an actual relationship, he was able to show me the world of calisthenics. Um, I was barely able to do a pull up. Like I think I was able to do two, and they were just like the struggle rep.
Yep.
Hmm.
It's like a rap.
Like fighting against the bar. But I even have a video showing that. I like to show people that it did not come easy.
Hmm.
It's a struggle, and you have to really work hard if you really want it. But I've been doing calisthenics for like I think going on 6 years
Hmm.
now, and if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would ever be doing half the stuff that I do. You have to give credit where credit is due, and honestly, he taught me a lot in the calisthenics community, introduced me to a lot of people, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
To
You
back up
said
real
Doc.
quick, to back up real quick, I wanted to ask real quick too. For people that don't know what calisthenics is, can you break that down for them?
Uh, uh, in brief, it's like body weight movements. And then there's a form of extreme calisthenics where you add weights. So, um, let's just say pull-ups, push-ups, dips, squats without the
Right.
bar,
Hmm.
of
Right.
course.
Hmm.
Right.
Um, but what we do is extreme calisthenics where we doing like competing with weighted pull-ups. Like the women will probably be doing maybe 45-pound pull-ups, 45-pound push-ups, and the men are doing like 100-pound push-ups and muscle-ups. And I don't know if y'all know what a muscle-up is, but when you fling
Yeah.
yourself on the bar, you know. Um,
Hmm.
but uh yeah, I think calisthenics is like a super fun. I love it more than I love, regular training.
Right.
I consider
So.
myself hybrid. I do all types of strength, calisthenics. I'm getting back into yoga thanks to my good girl, Crystal. She's
Hmm.
actually my client as well, but I think she's a phenomenal yogi.
Fire.
But I think if it wasn't for calisthenics, I honestly couldn't tell you if I'd still be working out. I know I would still be doing my thing, but I don't think I would
Right.
be as. I know I'd be great, okay? But
We do know that. We do know that.
Come on, man.
I feel like I feel better having this under my belt,
Hmm.
like
Right.
so much better.
That's awesome.
That's
So
That's what's
what?
amazing.
up.
So what's your current workout regimens like? Do you incorporate calisthenics and like bodybuilding together? Like, how do you do it currently?
That's funny. I don't do bodybuilding, but I plan to do a one of those shows very soon.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
I refuse to stop any form of calisthenic training
Right.
just because I'm going to be doing a different type of training, because that is a very intense type of training,
Right.
and you
Yeah.
really
Right.
got to focus on the muscle groups when it comes to that. And diet is key. So you got to make like the diet for that can stress anybody out because it's very different. And the comments.
Hmm. Yeah.
Shout them out.
Yeah. Shout them out.
um, uh, that's my doggy. She's fine. She just want attention right now. But yeah, like I don't see me ever stopping my calisthenics training for any reason. Like
Hmm.
it it's like with me. I want to be 80 years old still doing muscle ups. I
Right.
want to
Yeah.
do all
Absolutely.
So,
types of front levers. Like there's a lot of old ladies and old men out there too. That
Right.
still do it, and they are. I don't know. They are like the shining stars of this whole community to
Hmm.
me.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. That,
when you mention that, it's very much about a lifestyle, right? I think when you talk about like fitness and those aspirations and those goals and what's gotten you here thus far. So that being said, like for someone who is like looking to just get started, right, in the fitness world or don't literally just don't even know where to start, where would you recommend that they begin in their journey?
I would say do a squat, do a push up, You do
For
a
sure.
curl, even if you
That's a
curl
fact.
in a gallon of milk. Start changing your diet up. This it really just starts with the very first step.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter if your first day was you doing 5 push-ups,
Right.
and then the next day you did 10 push-ups, and then
Hmm.
that could be the start of anybody's journey. There's a lot of people who have journeys that start like that where it seems very minimal, but now they like doing the most extreme things, and they probably competing for all types of, like, whether it be CrossFit or whether it be
Hmm.
bodybuilding, calisthenics. I just say when you have that urge and you know to yourself, I need to start, that's the sign. Like, that's it. You already started just by having that thought. Now you just need to go put it into action. And
Absolutely.
that very first step, that very first rep, and that
Right.
very first bite into that new diet, that's like, that's the first thing you do.
Absolutely. I think we all need to start a new diet after Thanksgiving too. So I mean, this
Man,
yeah, we ain't got to worry. Wait until January 1st. Go ahead and start right now.
Uh,
I, s- I,
Time is
I, s-
definitely now.
I seen somebody just say they was like, man, so after Thanksgiving, did you get back in the gym or did you keep eating, man? You know, is
I
it
was definitely
leftovers
going
all week or are we
next
getting
day.
back in there? You know, that's what's up.
I was in the gym bright and early the next day.
That's
Oh,
fire.
see, that's how you know the commitment is real.
It almost feels is it to you where it's to the point where it almost doesn't feel right to not be there, right? Like how often do you get in the gym
Uh, I'm in the
or
gym
just a
often.
workout in general?
I'm in the gym like 5 days a week. I
Yeah.
definitely make sure I rest. Like, I have my weeks where I take more days, but for the most part, even on those days where I'm rested, I'm like, I gotta go to the gym.
Yeah,
Like,
Hmm.
Right.
yeah.
it's burnt in me. And then there's days where I'm at the gym and I probably shouldn't be doing pull-ups, and I'm just staring at the bar. Like, like, it's
Man.
funny when I
Like
first
I'm gonna
started
just do
working
one.
out.
I'm gonna just do.
Yeah, like when I first started working out, I was just like more so focused on like what most girls are focused on: core and legs, core and
Yeah,
legs. Like,
glutes, yeah.
Yeah.
I barely did curls. I did enough to make sure that my arms didn't look too bony, but like once I started to like get into calisthenics, it was like I kind of fell off with like squats and doing everything that I need to for my lower body. And then I was like, get back on that.
Hmm.
It's a full body game. You can't just be letting it go. But
Right.
that's most. Ask any girl in calisthenics. I swear they'll be doing leg day and have the urge to like do a pull up, a muscle up, some sort of front lever, a handstand, you name it. Like,
Yep.
if it's some sort of skill that you find yourself finessing in, come here. You want attention? Come, say hello. Come to me. Come. Yes. This is Blue, and this is her mom. They want attention right now, so
They they distracted by the arms definition too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
this is one of
They
the
said we're gonna get some attention.
exactly. All right.
Uh, of all the movements that you've done, I'm sure that you've probably done a plethora, right? What would you say is your favorite? I'm assuming pull-ups, but is there any particular one that's like, oh man, at any given moment, this is gonna get got. This is gonna get got.
It's always pull-ups, but I love the fact that I can do muscle-ups now.
Hmm.
Wow. How
Um,
many muscle up can you do?
the most I've done was 8
That's
straight.
that's
Um,
impressive.
That's very,
Wow.
very impressive.
That's
The
dope.
most I've ever
so
done is 0, so that's
I,
amazing.
I think I think the most I ever done was 10. Yeah, the most
Yeah,
I ever done was 10.
that's
Yeah,
fire.
it's hard.
we got to hit the gym.
I know
Hmm.
for sure.
Hmm.
Gotta learn a lot. But like I know we're talking about like, just like the gym and all that, but how important is like nutrition and diet though when it comes to like achieving your goals and making sure that you reach that level of target that you're trying to get to? Like how important is that overall?
For me, it's very important. Like, I definitely eat my burgers. I eat my pizza. I eat my snacks. I love gummy bears, but everything is in moderation.
Right,
Um, for the most part, I eat so regular. Like, I could just like my diet is pretty much salmon, rice, quinoa.
right,
I barely eat chicken.
right,
Um, I don't really eat beef. It's very rare that I do eat beef. It's very, very rare.
Hmm.
Um, eggs, yogurt, oats,
right.
granola. It's my my diet is so plain and boring that some people probably be like, "Oh my God!" Like, even if I do have a sandwich, I don't like slather it with like mayonnaise, ketchup, all that other
Hmm.
stuff. Like, I eat so regular, and then I definitely have my days, like I said, where I eat my pizza.
Right.
This boy think he's a baby. My pizza and my burgers. Like, I love pizza. It's one of my weaknesses, but. Yeah, my diet is so regular, but it's very important to me too that I stay the way I am. That's for me though.
Right.
I think for anybody it should be important, but I eat the way that I eat for me.
Right.
Yep.
Um, and it started when I thought I was going to be bodybuilding,
Right.
and that diet for some reason kind of just stuck with me just to eat a certain way,
Right.
Hmm.
and I kind of keep it like that. So
Yeah.
it's literally normal to me to eat that way.
Right.
To
Yeah.
not overeat. I don't really go for seconds. I don't
Right.
go for seconds, and I do fast every now and again. Like I fast every week.
Right.
At minimum 2 days, maybe honestly maybe three, maybe. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes I fast like 3 days. But
When you say fast, like, you mean you only drink water during those days?
I'll drink water, and I'll probably have a bagel for the day
Mm.
or something
Right.
like that. Um,
Hmm.
Something
Right.
minimal, something I know is gonna hold me down. Um,
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I mentioned that, I think it's important, right? Because I was out here sometimes, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to the gym, I'm working out 4 days a week, but I'm not getting the result that I want. And then you ask them, how are you eating? And then pretty much they're eating like whatever, you know. That's why I just wanted to
Smothered
highlight
pork
that.
chops,
Yeah.
Mac and cheese,
mac and cheese.
yams,
You go,
some collard greens,
Yeah. Some people do be having some crazy diets.
So
I
that's
some
be
why,
black eyed peas, some.
right? That's why I
I
believe,
gotta get my red velvet.
right?
Gotta have that.
I remember when I first started like getting into the diet change. My goal was always to
Right.
gain. But the way that I eat, I don't put on as much weight as I guess I would like, but I'm comfortable with that in a sense.
Hmm.
Like in a sense, I'm comfortable with it, but in a sense, I still want to try to get to that goal in the way that I want to get to it. But the diet will stress you out if you let it.
Hmm.
So
True.
just be comfortable with what you're eating. Like don't start off on it. I would tell everybody don't go cold turkey.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
yeah,
take your time. If you're gonna change your diet, don't be too strict because then you're gonna stress yourself out. Like I promise you, that hangry stuff is real. Like
Yeah.
Right.
it's real. To get
Absolutely.
hangry from a diet, like a strict diet, like it's real. So I would recommend change it to a cleaner way of eating, but at the
Right.
same
Hmm.
time, nibble on something you like. It's not the
Yep.
end of the world.
Right.
But if you have health issues, then you probably know better. So,
Right.
yeah.
True.
Well,
mm,
so while we on the subject of food, before we move on though, favorite slice of pie in the city?
I do not eat pie.
I mean pizza. Like favorite slice of pizza.
Pizza from like a pizza place or just like my type of pizza.
Both. Go
There's this
to
place called.
slice and then go to place.
I love around the way pizza. There's this place that we've been ordering from called Millie's. I really enjoyed their pizza.
Millie's be
And
rocking.
at least be rocking.
You childish.
And either regular or pepperoni. I used to go crazy for pepperoni. I ain't gonna
That's
lie,
what's up.
y'all.
But you don't eat pepperoni no more, is what you're saying.
No, I do eat
Yeah, okay.
pepperoni.
Oh, you do eat pepperoni. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she
All
said,
right.
no.
She
I don't
said,
go
okay.
as crazy, but I'm still,
She said, I'm
I
gonna get
just
some
don't eat it
pepperoni.
crazy. You know what I mean? It's not something I'm eating every single week.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Moderation.
But when
We talked about earlier.
I do
Moderation.
eat
I
Here
eat
goes that.
it.
I might look like a lion eating some meat. Like
Hmm.
I
I
wanted to
know
shout.
that's right.
I wanted to shout out something that you said real quick because, it was it was easy to get breezed over. But what you said is you eat kind of real regular, and the biggest thing I took from that is like what you're gonna eat.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing with a lot of people. If you don't got no plan for anything, especially your diet, like if you just sitting there and you like, I don't really know what I'm gonna eat today. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna end up at In-N-Out. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna end up just getting something random. You know what I mean? No, for real, you're gonna
Yeah.
end up on
Fact.
Uber Eats. You're gonna end up, you know what I mean? So I think that's important. What you said there is just like really having a plan for what you eat and knowing what that diet looks like is gonna be easier than just trying to make a game time decision. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah,
I like that.
Right.
absolutely.
Agree. I don't think a diet is hard. I think we make it hard because we're so used to like eating how we eat in America.
Right.
Yeah,
I've
agree.
definitely had moments where there's probably been a week where a couple months ago I was going through some weird ice cream thing. I do not really eat ice cream, but for some reason I was busting down ice cream like every week. Like I think it was like February to like March. I don't know. But I ain't gonna
Hmm.
lie to you. I was busting that ice cream down, but I was still in the gym.
Right.
Oh,
But
speaking of ice cream though, if you want to bust down some ice cream and like it be like kind of feel like guilt free,
Right.
Van Leeuwen has this vegan what is it? It's like honey um it's like honey butter brownie vegan like
Mm-hmm.
it's bro when I tell you it's crazy bro
yeah,
like I took a bite of it and I was like there ain't no way this is
yeah.
vegan like I was
Oh
like
Their
wow.
there
their
is
ice cream is
no
hard.
way this is vegan.
I love their ice cream.
Van
Uh,
Leeuwen
Jeez.
I
crazy
prefer
bro
to
crazy.
Honey,
get it from the actual,
Mhm.
what do you call it, ice cream shop.
Which
I
one?
prefer to get it from the actual ice cream
Oh
shop
yeah, yeah,
and buy the cups.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
they're good, but I don't know. Sometimes it's
It
different
don't
when
hit the same.
you get it from the.
Right.
It don't hit the same. It
It
don't.
don't.
It don't. When you get it from the ice cream
cream
shop, you
cheese.
be like, "Yo, this is what I'm talking about, man."
Yeah,
Hmm.
all the
That,
ingredients. They're not holding
that's
back.
it. That's it. All right, so we got pizza, we got ice cream. All right, love a little bit of all of it. So,
I love ice cream too. I read the comments.
man, everybody, you start talking about some ice cream, they're like, "Man, okay." What's your favorite flavor, DG?
Ice cream, bro.
Yeah,
I would say vanilla, man. I really don't eat
I
ice
knew
cream that
you was gonna
much, to
say
be
something
honest.
basic. I just knew you.
Yeah,
I knew you was gonna say something
Vanilla
basic.
yeah,
bean.
yeah. Just
Mine was gonna be regular.
pretty boring, bro. Like ice cream is
That
just
boy said
vanilla.
vanilla.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Hey, he said, I'm about to rock y'all's world. Vanilla.
Like
P,
uh,
what you hitting us with?
uh,
Man, I think somebody else said it in the comments, man. Ain't nothing like that Oreo, man.
Yeah, that
If I'm
Oreo
not
ice
getting
cream.
yeah.
something,
Crazy.
if I'm not stepping out crazy like to a random spot, just if I got to pick randomly, that Oreo ice cream is special, man. That's whoever
Hmm.
made that combination,
Whoever
they was on to
made
something.
that
That was on
combination.
to something, man.
Shout out to whoever
I'm
made that
sure
combination.
it was probably an accident too. They probably like dropped their Oreo in the ice cream and
Uh,
was like, damn.
Looked at it
Well,
like,
hold
that's how
up. We
most
got to do
hold
something.
up,
that's how
They
most
said,
great
hold
days
up,
start.
before we
that's
throw it out, you know what I mean?
hey, let me try that. Let me try that. Hold up.
So
One more
that
time.
was one of the most iconic ice creams ever.
That's it.
Come on.
That's it.
Haagen Dazs got this waffle cone ice cream that goes really good.
It's a waffle cone ice cream.
It's a waffle cone chocolate something ice cream.
Oh, that sounds crazy.
It's good.
That sounds
That sounds
crazy.
fun.
And
Hmm.
got another one called raspberry truffle, white chocolate raspberry truffle. But we're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess around and I'm gonna be on Uber Eats talking
Let me
about
put on
Van
the
Leeuwen.
record.
I can't
I'm
wait
sorry.
till I get back to Brooklyn.
Yeah, when you come out next time you come out to Brooklyn, bro, we're gonna have to put you on it. But that Van Leeuwen specifically, bro, that's crazy. It's crazy.
That's
So,
what's up.
with fitness, right? It's become such a huge part of your identity. How would you say that it's transformed your overall health outside of just like, your physical health, right? Like, how would you say if it's been applied to like your mental, your emotional, health, your spiritual health, so on and so forth?
Um, I don't know how to live without it. Like, and that's in
Right.
all aspects, including like mental. Like, I could be having a bad day, and honestly, I used to work at this school, and I had a supervisor that stressed me out. Um, and whenever she left, I would like bust out some push-ups. I even got videos of it. I'll find like I'll do some push-ups, do some pull-ups in the locker room, and I'll just get back to my work. Like just like it's a really good stress reliever. And
Hmm.
if I don't work out for like 2 days, I don't know. it just feels not
Mm-hmm.
right. So I got to do something. I got to be some sort of active. Like it's imperative for me, my mental health.
Yep.
It does
Right.
well, and I feel like most people should like probably just jump on that, especially as we get older. You know, like it's
Right.
really
Yeah.
important. Like
Yeah.
it's not just for looks. Like it's important to be able to want to walk when you're 80 years old, 60 years old,
Fact.
being able to do
Facts.
it yourself. Like there's this lady. Her name is Judith Ann. She be jumping rope on Instagram. She's 81 years old. Um, she used to be a Playboy model. She used to act and be in all those old school TV shows that we used to love. And
Mm-hmm.
she holds the Guinness Book of World Records for jumping rope.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
such a
That's
big
Wow.
deal.
crazy.
How many 80-year-olds are just sitting in a wheelchair right now? And she
Mm-hmm.
just
Right.
jumping rope, carrying 240-pound kettlebells, she's just so active, and
Mm-hmm.
I really admire her. I follow her on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's a real one.
And I think the amazing thing, of course, the goal is always going to be longevity, right? You know, you want to live a long, healthy life in all regards. But I think people always have this concept that, oh, it's too late, right? You know, I don't think it's ever too late to
Right.
start. You can start your journey at any given moment, right? You
For
know, and
sure.
you can be in the best shape of your life at 70 years old, you know, like,
Mm-hmm.
and or like, it's never too late to start. And I think a lot of people get caught up in, of course, is it going to be harder to get into shape at 70 than at 23?
For
Absolutely. Of
sure.
course, you
Yeah.
know, like your body works differently, and whatnot, but it's never too late to start anything. You know, the best day to start was yesterday. The next best time to start is right now, you
Right.
know, so, um, that's what I encourage anybody to do it. You know, it's
Especially,
such a
sorry,
no, go ahead.
especially
Absolutely.
when it's something that if you thinking about it every day, I should work out.
Right.
I should work out. I should
Hmm.
work out. Now you're annoying yourself because when you keep telling yourself that you should be doing something and you decide not to do it, and
Correct.
then now you have shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Once you get to that point, you should just get to it. Your brain is telling you to do something healthy for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't let something like that linger. I would always tell people that, like, if you find yourself feeling the urge to want to work out, don't look for an excuse. Don't look for I'll start Monday.
Right.
I'll start Tuesday. I'm gonna clear out my fridge first. You know, let me eat this last burger. You better eat the burger and go to the gym.
Fact.
It ain't the end of the world, you know.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's important. They playing over
Right.
here. Sorry.
They
No,
be
you're good.
playing.
No,
Yeah, they're playing around.
They
Also,
be playing.
one thing I was gonna add too is like you never regret a workout because I don't remember the last time I went to the gym and worked out. But like, man, I'm mad that I was here today. Like
Yeah.
every time when I worked out, like you feel better, right? And one thing just about working out, just the discipline that you develop by just going to the gym and being consistent, eating healthy. That discipline transfers to like other areas of your life. I noticed that me being more disciplined in the gym, I'm more disciplined when it comes to like my business, when it comes to other things. Like it's like whenever I say I'm gonna do these things, I'm more likely to do them, right? Because now I'm
Hmm.
telling myself I'm going to the gym every day and I'm doing those things.
Yeah,
So those discipline like transfer to like other areas of your life. It
Yep.
makes you just overall better, right? So
Hmm.
it's one of those things that you never regret. So it's never about,
Yeah.
oh, I'm too old, like I can't start right now. Just start.
Yep.
It doesn't take that long.
Absolutely.
Like Paige said, just start doing like 5 push-ups a day. The next week do 10. You know, over
Hmm.
time you're gonna get better than the following week. But most people are just like, caught up in their own minds, like, oh yeah, it's hard, it's gonna be hard. Like any new things you start is gonna be
yeah,
hard. But you just gotta like, one day at a time and you just like start because at the end of the day, health is wealth. Health
That's
is not just wealth, it's
it.
life, right?
yeah.
Because we need our
Mhm.
health to be able to do the things that we want to do.
That's it. That's it. I ain't never went to the gym once and was like, damn, I should just stay my ass at the house.
Yeah,
Right.
There, there ain't
Never,
never been
bro.
that
that
was
one time.
that wasn't even worth it.
I've never
That
Like that
wasn't
done
even
wasn't
worth
even
it,
worth it,
man.
man. um, but I do agree. I think the thing about fitness is it just creates routine in your
Right.
life. And I think as we get older, that's something that we realize. Like myself, I've never been diagnosed, but I'm 99.9% sure I have ADHD. And routine helps me like just be better just in a lot of different ways, you know. And so creating that routine and figuring out ways to stay disciplined within it
Yeah,
is how you thrive, you know, as you get older. And there's nothing like creating routine than revolving it around your workout. You know, absolutely. Like that's one of the best ways to start a routine, honestly. And so from there, you can always just call it habit stacking, right? Like shout out to Atomic Habits, right? I know that I go to the gym at 7 a.m. every morning. I do not. I'm just using this as an example. I do not
Right.
go to the gym at 7 a.m. I just want to let that be known first and foremost. However, for the sake of this example, I know that I'm gonna go to the gym at 7 a.m. I know that I love to take walks, or I want to get 10,000 steps in every day. Right after my workout, I'm gonna go take a walk and go get my steps in, kind of thing. And that's how you create those genuine good habits,
Right.
over time. But I do not be working out at 7 a.m. I just want to put that
No,
out
but
out there.
what you said is true though, Z. Like, cause now, like I said, I changed my schedule. I go at 5:30, 6 a.m. Right. So whenever I wake up in the morning, like the first thing is in my mind is like my body is like automatic, like, oh, I gotta go to the
Mhm,
gym because I've been
mhm.
doing it for so long. It's like that's so. What you say is true, right? Atomic habit.
Yep.
Once you start doing things for a certain period of time, your body just get used to it. So if I'm not at the gym at 6:30, I don't know. It feels weird, right? Because I've been doing it for so long. So it's kind of like one thing also I want to add is like it's good to have a time, right? Specifically dedicated for certain things, like you talked about, right? Just having a routine.
Hmm.
It makes it a lot easier for you to do that specific task. Because, for example, we know that every Monday at 6 p.m., we have Manifest Monday. So, like, even during
Yep.
the day, I'm thinking about it. All right, I got this at 6 p.m. The same thing. If you go to a gym, if you start going to the gym a certain time, like your body knows now at that time you got to do this specific task,
Yep.
and that task over time it become a lot easier. So it's just good to have a specific time dedicated to do certain things.
Absolutely.
And to kind of piggyback off what you just said, yeah, it's important to have time and plan it out. But you said how you guys link up and do this every Monday. You see how as a group you guys link up. It's important
Right,
if you find like doing it by yourself might be too hard. If you could
right,
find people who actually want to jump on this bandwagon with you,
Hmm.
that's the way to
absolutely.
start too. So let's say you got 6 people and 2 people don't want to start, they'll catch up.
Hmm.
Let them.
Right,
They'll see once they see your consistency flowing, they just gonna just start tapping in.
Yep.
But sometimes that's another thing that helps too is having at least one or more people to jump in. Even if
Yep.
you don't know
sure.
what you're doing, do some research. It ain't hard. We got Google, we got ChatGPT, we got all these
Yeah.
things.
Come on, man.
Here,
We got it
you
all.
get confused, just ask for help.
That's it.
Sure.
That's it. There's nothing like having community behind you and around you, right? I think that's the easiest way to get to the finish line is having those accountabilities partners, those people who hold you accountable and want to see you thrive at the same time. And it's a very reciprocal thing, right? Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep putting in work because you putting in work, and it's not necessarily like a competition, but it's just like we just want to see each other do well and push each other to those limits.
And there's nothing wrong with a little friendly competition.
There ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yo, I'm
she's
trying
like,
to.
it can be a little bit of competition.
You
Stop
see what I'm
playing.
saying?
Sure.
I'm trying to out push up you at some point. Shit. Like,
Come
hey,
on,
I ain't
man.
gonna lie. Let me go
I'm
ahead.
I know that day that you did 8 muscle ups, somebody did 7 right before you. You had to get that
yeah,
last one. You had to
that
get
was
that last one.
a real fun day. Funny is, I was at the park that day, and it was some guys that actually I just met, and we were in the park. I was supposed to be training somebody, but whatever happened. So they were like, "Yo, you want to jump in the routine? We gonna do pull-ups and muscle-ups." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I think I missed the whole first part of whatever they were doing, but I was tapping in on the next part, and they were doing muscle-ups. So they were like, "You think you can get a muscle up?" I was like,
You did a little.
She said, "Oh, that's cute." She said, "Oh, that's cute."
I was like, "Yeah, I can do a couple." I wasn't bigging myself up. I feel like I could be very humble. I don't brag or I just enjoy what I do. So I didn't know I was gonna do more than 5 that day. So the community, that's where the community comes in play. Like they were a community of like people who enjoy doing what they do. And it was like I think maybe 10 and everybody did 1 and then everybody did 2 and then everybody did 3. I was
Mm,
like, damn, I'm gonna be burnt out. I don't know how I'm gonna
yeah.
do this. And
Right.
then like that was probably the most muscle ups that I've done in that sort of form. And I think we had to leave or something like that. But yeah, I got up to 8 and I was just like, wow, I did more than I thought I could
Hmm.
do. Like the fact that I did 6 twice and then I did 7 twice, and like I was just
Yeah.
like, what?
That's beast
You know,
Yeah,
mode.
That's
yeah,
stop playing
impressive.
with her,
Yeah.
man.
you know
That's
what
Yeah.
what's up.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's going for 20 now.
Fair.
Hey, you didn't think you could do 8? You probably can. You gonna
Hey,
hit 20 years shorter?
I'm just saying.
Fair. 20 is
Uh,
impressive though. I ain't gonna lie. It's
Yeah.
hard
There's
doing
this
20.
girl named Nay Chan. Nay did 19 muscle ups in a minute.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, she did
That's crazy.
for the league that I'm in. She did 19 muscle ups. So now I gotta smoke Nay. No, I'm kidding.
Come on, man. Hey, man.
I love her. She was
Get
funny
you
as a
get
sweetheart.
Do
you
20.
a 20 piece. Get you a 20 piece
Go
in.
ahead.
You
Go
know what I
ahead.
mean?
Go hit that 20 piece in that minute.
Y'all should if y'all get the chance. I know there's a lot of men that work out, and I'm not throwing shade at none of the men, but like it's real cool that to see women doing
Oh,
what
absolutely.
like they go hard. There's not a woman I
Yeah.
know in the calisthenics community that's not strong. None
Yeah.
of them. I don't care if they just starting their journey. Like
Yeah.
what they turn into is monstrous, and I just think that we are
Yeah.
all real fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. And
That's
and I'm
all.
glad you mentioned that because that was actually something that we wanted to touch on is like what challenges have you faced specifically in a field, an industry that's just so male dominant, right? Like what challenges have you faced in the world of calisthenics and extreme fitness or even personal training as a woman, as a Black woman specifically, like are there any particular challenges that you face and what have you done to overcome them?
Um, like expectations. People don't expect much of you.
Hmm.
You walk in the room. I'm very small, so nobody expects me to do half the things I do half the time. Um, and you know, once you show people what you're capable of, and it's like, whoa, where the hell did all that come from? And honestly, something about that does make you feel a little bit better
Right.
because it doesn't always feel good when people doubt you.
Right.
But once you show them your light, you know,
Hmm.
you showed
Yep.
them they was the one that was really in the shadow, and you know, it makes you realize to never turn your light off.
Hmm.
Just keep shining, and don't forget who you are and what you're capable of. With their balls, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um, another thing that I think I've been facing it more recently. People calling me a guy, people calling me a man. It's kind of annoying, but you just learn
Mm.
to ignore people.
Right.
I'm learning how to ignore them. I get that a lot when I do like typewriters. Like if I post a video of typewriters from behind, I'll get that a lot. And maybe it's just ignorance. You know,
Right.
Hmm.
and the way I face that, like there's a rare few times where I would say something,
Right.
but for the most part, I've grown to just realize, that's your ignorance, not
Yeah.
mine.
Right.
And like Beyonce and Jay-Z do, just keep it pushing.
Right.
Hmm.
Just stop pretending the
That's
clowns.
it.
Right.
That's it. They just wish they could be doing what you're doing. That's
Right.
really what it is.
You know,
Yeah.
someday,
That's
one
true. It's
day.
true.
That's really what it is, man. I just
Yeah.
think a lot of people are insecure.
Yeah,
And they
it
hate.
does happen a lot to women, especially women of color. I think it doesn't
Right.
even
Hmm.
matter if it's women of color too, because there are even women in the bodybuilding world who I've seen have to deal with stuff like that, and it's unfortunate just because you put on a little bit of muscle mass that oh, you're too masculine or you
Right.
looking manly or I'm questioning your gender.
Right.
Like, let me be me and let you be you. Because when you came in,
Hmm.
I didn't question who you were or what you did.
Right.
I let you breathe. So let me breathe.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yep.
um, let me let her out because that crying. Okay.
Oh, you good.
Nah, you good.
Yeah.
You good.
She dropping gems, bro. I was about to start growling, you know. You know? Hey, when you said never turn your light off, I was about to start growling with him, you know what I'm saying? That's a bar, man.
Hey, yo,
That's a
dog.
yeah.
I would have pit bulls, right? A whole bunch
Right.
of one.
Right. I mean, I'm just going to the
Um,
comment. I mean, it's true though. When it comes to success, right? Once you reach a certain level, there's always going to be people hating on you, right? Because at the end of the
Hmm.
day, you can't allow that to like stop you and deter you from like pursuing your purpose. There's always going to be haters,
Yep.
like whenever
Always.
you try to like break out. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
even when I was thinking about what she was saying, kind of like anything outside of the regular box is hated on. right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means
Absolutely.
if you ain't got nothing special about you, you just gonna be in a regular box. And if you cool
Right.
with that, ain't nothing special. Like, so you walk into a place, there ain't nothing. If there ain't nothing special about you, nobody's really
Yeah.
saying anything, right?
Yeah.
But if you do start having these things that are, your light's on and it's bright, you know what I'm saying? People gotta say something
Yep.
about it. You know what I mean?
What's
They
wrong
have
with
to.
you,
You know?
man? You can't handle my shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's really what it is.
that's really
That's
what
really
it
what it
is.
is. Is I feel like when people can't do something, they find excuses why somebody else
Right.
can. You know what I
Right.
mean? They throw
Try to
weird
put you in the
excuses,
box.
or
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is why they could do that, or you know what I mean? That's the only reason, or whatever. You know what I mean? And that works in every field, man. So I'm sure that you get it heavy there, man. But like like I said, I like when you said that. Turn your light on and never turn it off,
That's
man,
it.
because
That's it.
they're gonna feel it
And
in every room.
and your
Mm.
light is very bright. So, I just wanted to take some time to shine that light very as bright as possibly can because I just wanted to share that you've done some really dope things. We shared this at the beginning of the episode, but for whoever's just tuning in, you've been featured on major platforms like Fox Sports, like Tubi, like Hulu, like Apple TV.
Wow.
So let's just start throwing that out there and just and letting it be known that you just out here being a whole celebrity. So that being said, that being said, can you shed a little light on like what that experience has been like, like a little bit of the behind the scenes insights of competing in extreme calisthenics and being featured on platforms like that? Like what has that done for you specifically?
It's still very new,
Hmm.
so we're still like getting out there. This is our first year actually shooting with Fox Sports.
That's
Um,
awesome.
it was actually pretty fun. It was an amazing experience. I think that's for all of the athletes that are a part of it. Um, I think one of the funny things is my platform that's grown. Like this summer, I had like 3,000 followers, and out of nowhere now I got like 50K followers.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
you cracking.
Oh,
You
that's
cracking.
dope.
You cracking, girl.
That's awesome.
One of the funniest things is just when people notice you in the street, and I really love the people who can be very respectful about it. Like especially men, because sometimes no shade, but sometimes men don't know how to act sometimes. But
True.
I appreciated
It's a
the
fact.
ones who were just like, "Yeah, girl, they be doing them pull-ups and stuff on Instagram." I'm like, I do pull-ups. I don't know if it's the
Yeah,
girl you're talking about, but I do
yeah.
pull-ups. Like,
Nah, I'm her. I'm her.
yeah,
She is I. She is I.
make sure you love the right way. You gotta appreciate people who know how to be that way. And I appreciate it in all. Come here. You need attention. Come here.
They
Come.
all need
Yeah, they.
attention.
They all need attention, man.
But so far, I appreciate it. I appreciate the sport for what it is.
Yeah.
It's still a growing process. I wish the goal is to get more people to tune in. You know,
Yep.
Right.
so if anybody wants to watch it, you can watch it on Tubi. It's called UFX Extreme. You're gonna see us the first season the first episode, Brooklyn versus Harlem. We
Okay.
won, and then
Hey,
I competed
hey, come on now.
yeah, we ain't
Come
taking
on, Reverend.
championships though, but
Hey,
we
it's
did let
okay.
them know who was in the building. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Where
let
what's
you
up.
guys
Brooklyn at,
know who's
baby? Best side specifically, baby. Let's
you
go.
know what I'm saying?
You see what
Like,
I'm saying? Yeah, let's go.
yeah, the more people we could get tuned into it will be great. I love people who never seen it before that actually came to a show and be like, God damn, that was crazy. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy what these people can do. Like,
yeah.
some of my teammates are just wild, amazing. My homegirl Tosi, she's a really strong athlete. Like she about this big, but she packs a punch.
Hmm.
There's another one, a little tiny one, Kara. She's not on my team, but she packs a punch. Like these girls be doing some stuff that would just blow your mind.
Yeah.
And fellas too. Shout out to the fellas. They be killing it. Like I ain't gonna lie, sometimes they be motivated. I like to go work out with them because I'm like, what you doing today? Like,
Yeah. Just
goddamn.
muscled up.
But yeah,
Hmm. Yeah,
Can
that's
you
fire.
explain specifically what UFX is?
yeah.
I think it's a good point to do that.
UFX is an extreme calisthenics league, so it stands for Urban Fitness Extreme. Um,
Hmm.
where we compete in teams that I believe there are 6 teams. There's Brooklyn, there's Harlem, there's Jersey, Miami, LA, and Baltimore.
Okay.
I got it
That's
all
fire.
right.
Yeah, fine.
Um, so there's each team consists of 4 men, 2 women. The way the challenges go, there's a throwdown round at the start. So at the throwdown round, there's like you got 60 seconds to complete a particular exercise. There's 3 exercises that's chosen like between each team. And for example, for the list of women, there are weighted push-ups, 45-pound weighted push-ups. Do as many as you can in 60 seconds. Muscle-ups, as many muscle-ups as you can in 60 seconds.
Yep.
Typewriters, something else on that list. But for the men, there would be like 100-pound push-ups, as many as you can in a minute. Handstand to push-ups, handstand front leap. Round and get as many as you can. I think the most push-ups I've done in 60 seconds was 28, and right now, well, that's with the 45 pounds on my
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's a
yeah.
lot.
Let that be known. Let that be
Yeah.
known, man. Stop playing.
She said it out. That was
Yes,
hold up,
that's
that
for the
was weighted
45. That's
though.
for the little
That was with
baby
a
on my
40.
back. You know what I'm saying?
That was with a 4.5 on my back. Y'all better relax now. Y'all better put some respect on my name.
you know what I'm saying? And then there's another girl. I think I could be wrong. I think she did 40. I
Wow.
think I think she did 40. Another girl did 35. Um, uh, uh, I think it was 40. But it was a lot. That's what I do know. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And
That's a lot. That's a lot of push-ups in a minute.
the
Especially weighted push-ups.
weighted
Yeah.
push-ups. And then the relay round, that's when we actually joined together as a team.
Mm.
But really, like, the men would go first or the women would go first with a select
Hmm.
amount of exercises. And they're extreme exercises. They're not regular. And the goal is to beat the team going with you. So
Right.
Yeah.
we racing the clock, but you got to get the points and you got to make sure your form is straight. If your form is, there's nothing worse than wasting a rep doing
Mm,
extreme movements. Like there's nothing worse than hearing no rep to get
mm,
I think that's one of the most like, are you kidding me? But it's gonna make you like get that next rep nice
yeah,
and clean
Yeah.
because you ain't about to
yeah.
mess me
Yep.
up again. So so yeah, it's pretty much that, and we compete against each other. Most the team that gets 300 points towards the end of the I guess once you finish your routine
Hmm.
Right.
takes the gold. So
Okay. So
Wow.
out of
That's fire,
curiosity,
man.
who won?
who won the championships?
Yeah.
Harlem.
Harlem,
Ah,
huh?
Yeah.
Harlem. Harlem
okay.
is a great team. I kid you not. Last year it was LA. LA took the championships.
Okay.
And LA, it was actually this year LA against Harlem. So LA got their crown taken, but
Right.
they was holding it down. I'm not gonna lie. LA was holding it down. They was holding it down for a while. And Harlem came in. Actually, they just got put into the league, Harlem, and they took it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
East Coast versus West Coast. Hey, the East Coast came out on top this
Yep.
time, huh? That's dope. Um, so are there any particular like goals that you have? You know, you've already accomplished a lot, and I'm sure there's still plenty more that you want to
Right.
do. We'll get into more like the details as far as like your brands and whatnot. But like, are there any specific like personal goals that you have set that like it's just like, you know, I want to be able to hit like 50 weighted push-ups or do this, or is it kind of just like I'm just training to just get better every day?
One, I'm training to get better every day. I'm trying to get stronger every day.
Right.
Hmm.
2, but I'm try not to rush that either because you have to rest. Like I had
Hmm.
to tell
Right.
myself to chill out today. Like I
Right.
couldn't do upper body today because I was doing a little bit much. I'm not gonna lie. Like so
Right.
I gotta rest today. So my some of my goals as far as like competing for the league right now, or just like in general, and it stems from competing for the league because now I want to do this whether I'm competing or not.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
I want to be able to do 50 push-ups with a 45-pound just because like um I hope they not watching, but I wanna be able to do 15 muscle ups. I want to be able to do a front lever and just hold that thing. I don't know if y'all know what that is,
Yeah, I know
but
what
it's
that is.
you hold the
Yeah.
bar, your
Right. Keep your
leg,
leg, core. Yeah.
yeah,
Is that where you're like horizontal or whatever? Is that what's the
yeah,
front left?
yeah. It's like your arms are kind of hanging and your body is,
Oh, okay.
It's kind
I
of like
see.
doing a
Yeah.
plank, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
doing a plank,
yeah,
but like upside down, you holding it. Like
yeah.
yeah, your body's straight. It's just
Only there's no
Ah,
floor.
yeah,
right. There's no floor.
yeah,
There you go. There's no floor. Perfect. You
yeah.
got to control your
that's
core and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Um, I want to finesse a handstand. Right now, I can only hold it for three seconds. And I want to do handstand push-ups. I really
Hmm.
just want to get stronger, but those things in particular, I definitely want to be able to. Also, I want to be able to do 10 push-ups straight with 100 pounds.
Damn.
Right
100
now,
Fire.
pounds. That's dope.
I can only do, well, I've done 3 with it actually on my back, and I've done 5, um, like pushing with the weight hanging from my waist.
Mm,
So I
Right.
had the 100 pound on my waist, which is more core engaging.
Right.
yeah.
I gotta hold it, But I mean, I guess you could say I got 5.
You got
That's
five on
I got 5 on it.
it?
I
that's
got
that,
5 on it.
that
Yeah, those,
that's
Yeah.
impressive
I
though.
definitely want to watch those, and the community watching everybody get stronger
Hmm.
actually helps. Like sometimes if I know I'm slacking today, and I go on Instagram and I see one of the girls working out, I'm like,
Yep.
well,
Yeah.
it's my
Time
cue,
to
Yep.
get to
Yep.
it.
go to the gym.
That's it.
Like
That's it.
you don't realize we motivate. They motivate me more than they know. So
Yeah.
I hope they know that.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. And like I said, it's reciprocal too. They like, damn, she posted. Yeah, man, I gotta go do my shit today too.
right. She's
That's
in
it.
here.
That's it.
I love it.
So do you like do you do personal training as well too?
Say it again.
Do you do personal training?
Yeah. I do. I have a few clients. I kind of like to keep it minimal. I honestly want to start getting into classes.
Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
I love being in groups, and I don't know if that's like from working in the school. Stop. Sit down. I'm sorry.
You good?
Are you fine?
You good?
I don't know if that's from working in schools, but I really do enjoy working with groups of people
Hmm.
Right.
and everybody, off each other's energy. Like it's a real vibe. Like, if you've never really worked out with a group of people that's just like, yeah, let's go. Like,
Right.
I don't think you really worked out with the right group of people. Like, it's the energy is amazing, and the same thing. Like when you competing at any of these competitions, that energy is just like top tier.
Yeah, I
Right.
can imagine. I can imagine.
I don't know if
They
you
got
saw
some
that post
scenes.
I
They got
did
some
recently
scenes on the
with the
show.
push-ups. But you can hear the crowd, like you just hear that's the type of energy that you love when you working out, and it's just like let's go. So then you just, they telling me to go, time to get it, like So
Hmm.
Right.
On the show, do they have moments where you can kind of feel that energy where it's like hyped up when you're going through it, or?
I feel like they're going to probably incorporate that more because
Gotcha.
Mm.
this is the first time it's actually aired. So hopefully we'll see those changes because we were all looking
Yeah.
looking for that. Like we were looking for it heavy because it's nothing like hearing the crowd go. Like when you watching boxing, um, you know, when the crowd go crazy, like you like, wait, what happened? What happened?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not like you watching golf. It's quiet.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like Paige just got her 12 push-ups. Good job, Paige.
Little
Like,
golf clap.
we
We not.
working
We
out
not
harder
done.
than some whispers. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah.
Now it does change the energy, but it made me think of like the dunk contest, right? When people holding people back,
Telling you,
the energy is different when you know what I mean. Like when you
Yeah.
got the people around you hype like that, the energy's
Yeah.
always different. That's what's up.
Absolutely. You might hit that extra rep. It's like,
Yeah.
all right,
yeah,
they over here
you
gassing me up.
feel
Hold up,
that
man.
energy, and that energy make you want to go. I'm telling
Hmm.
you.
Yep.
I'm just going to the comments. I do crunches every single day until my stomach goes flat. I love
Hey
it.
man, we'd love to see
Come
it. We
on,
would love
shout
to
out to
see
Tuda man.
it.
Get them crunches going.
So, as far as building your brand, you've become somewhat of a fitness influencer now, right? And um, you're kind of a big deal. Like, just I know you said you like to be humble about it, but you're kind of a big deal. But I think something that I do really want to see come to light and want to see it expand is your brand, and in
Right.
particular, Alfemale. Can you tell us more about that? Like, can you tell us how it was bred? Like, what does it mean to you? And overall, just how you came up with the concept for it.
Um, I came up with the concept with the alpha male when I was like maybe 23 years old. Um,
Hmm.
I I noticed there was like a lot of men in the gym all the time, and it was at that time, I don't know, it was always men in the gym.
Right.
It'd be rare to see a girl in the gym. And then there's this influencer, her name is Massey Arias. She I used to watch her like religiously. Like she used to be just as tiny as I was, and I just watched her grow. I watched her get stronger, and I just thought she was like crazy amazing. And um, because she was obviously a woman, it inspired me more.
Hmm.
And I got into my workouts. I started looking up diets and meal plans. That's kind of when I think I started getting to like my bodybuilding thing.
Yep.
But
Right.
I never pursued it, which is why, like I said, I'm gonna get into it soon. Um,
Right.
um, but I came up with the concept because I feel like women are stronger than our emotions, and I don't think that we at the time were getting seen that way. It was like it was more so male dominated, and I think women are starting to shed a light in the fitness community now, and
Right.
Hmm.
now more than ever. And the idea was just like, you know, we can be just as strong, um, if not equally strong. And I've witnessed women who are equally strong as some of these men that that we see. And it's not to feel dominant over another gender. It's just to
Right.
understand that you're more powerful than just you walking in a room. Like you walking in a room, you're showing people that damn, she got all these qualities under her belt. You know, and I just love the fact that the lioness aspect of it, like, the girls go get the meat, you know.
Hmm.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I always saw it as, just being strong in that way. He is chewing up my book. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. Um, but um, yeah, it came from when I was younger, and I've just stuck with it, and it's not to make anybody feel smaller or make myself feel more superior. It's just to understand that,
Hmm.
you know, I'm strong, I'm capable, I'm willing, and I can do this. I'm consistent and I'm dedicated.
Yep.
And that's
Right.
what it is. Like, to be able to do all of those things and stand by
Yep.
it because I want to. Like, it's a want for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, something that you mentioned was representation. I think that's so important. Like, you seeing this person go out there and do it, and them, you know, being your gender, or, now you see people that like look like you. I think representation is such a big thing, and
Absolutely.
um, it's what inspires, people like yourself or others to start their own journey, and so on and so forth. And so, that being said, what do you plan to do with Alpha Male, and um, how do you see it standing out in the industry, and like what changes do you want to see come about in the industry? Just specifically leaning towards like diversity and inclusion, right? I think that's a huge thing. But I'm glad that you did touch on representation, because how does Alpha Male tie into all of that?
Um, so for example, like the fact that I do want to start a gym. I refuse to start a gym that's pretty regular or small business oriented.
Right.
Hmm.
I shout out anybody who does just open a gym. That might be small, but I don't think it's nothing wrong with having a big mindset on
Right.
what it is you want to do.
Absolutely.
And I literally have a hunger for it, and
Right.
I've had hunger for a long time, and um in short, because I feel like I don't want to give away too much sauce,
Hmm.
Right.
I would like to have like the Six Flags of gyms, like.
I love
And my friends
it.
say this all the time, like, what? The Six Flags of gyms? Yeah, I want it to be a, a place where you can come and you'll be able to find any and everything that,
Right.
most athletes are capable and are willing to do. Like, whether it be extreme calisthenics, whether it be bodybuilding, whether
Right.
it be CrossFit, whether it be iron throw, like football, basketball. I feel
Love it.
like so many gyms are just are, and I'm pretty sure it's because space limitations, but as long as
Right.
if I can get to the point where I can get even the slightest bit of a portion of that cake, that dream, yeah, I think that would be amazing. But my
Right.
dream is to have that, and um I also had this I've always had this little silly idea of I've told my friends this before too, and some of them laugh, but some of them just be like, nah, that's cool. Um, so we know Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. We
Where's
know
my
who Hugh
mansion?
We know you.
we know Hugh
I've
Hefner.
We
always
know
wanted
you.
my little Paigey Pooh mansion of fit girls. Like,
Uh,
I swear, I've always wanted like my whole Paigey Pooh mansion of full of fit girls, just
Hmm.
inspiring, motivating, training, teaching. And of course, it wouldn't be Playboy, but it'll be a inspirational twist on what's been actually going on in the world. So yeah,
that's
I
super dope.
I have a crazy mindset, and I tell you, like,
Hmm.
I, and I believe it's gonna happen as long as I keep working towards it.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about that often is like dreaming as big as possible, right? Because the bigger that you dream, even if you fall short of whatever that goal is, you're still going to accomplish so much,
A
like if you
lot way
aim for the
more.
stars, right? Like
For
of
sure.
course you can always everybody can go for the low hanging fruit, right? It's right there, like but when you reach for that pinnacle that is just like, man, there's very few people in the world that could accomplish this. And even if I don't accomplish it, I'm still probably gonna like my pinnacle is going to be so much higher than everyone else's because I actually tried to like accomplish something that
I feel better knowing that I made an effort rather
Right.
than never even
that's
try.
it. That's it.
Hmm.
That's it.
You could live with
That
that.
is it.
You could live with that, man. Like there's certain things that I think all of us are probably the same on here, and even just I'm seeing in the comments, I think there's a certain type of person that's not just cool with just thinking of something and letting that be the end thing.
Right.
This is
Right.
the thought, and you know what I mean. There's some people we just kind of got to see it out. We got to, you know
Hmm.
what I mean, and whatever that
Hmm.
is. And I think I think most people would be happy with themselves if they just seen it out.
Yeah.
Whether it got to the point that they wanted to or not,
Yeah.
that's just fate. That's however that plays out.
Right.
But if you
Hmm.
tried it, you got to be good with that. You know what I mean? You got to
Yep.
be.
Right.
Talk about it.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
For real, man.
Well said.
That's it.
Right. All right. I know we talked about a lot of things, but I just want to ask you this question. How important is self-discipline? Because you accomplished a lot, right? And there's so many things that you're accomplishing. A lot of people haven't been able to do it. So I want to know, like, how important is self-discipline for you? Like, do you have like a routine daily, weekly in order to like achieve all these goals and things that you're working towards?
That's funny you asked that. I usually my discipline is just making sure I show up to the gym even when I don't feel like it. Like
Right.
even
Hmm.
in days where I showed up to the gym where I didn't feel like it, I did a 5-minute workout and I was like, well, I came and I did
Hmm.
something, but it
Wow.
wasn't
Hmm.
like let
Hmm.
me not lie and say 5 minutes because somebody gonna beat me up if they heard that because they know damn well I don't do no 5 minute workout.
Yeah.
But like there's been days where I showed up where I didn't feel like it and I've like gone crazy. And
Right.
as long as I stick to it. And as of late, um I've stopped doing that I've actually sat down and started planning and organizing more.
Right.
Write down what I'm actually gonna do for the day because I always do write down my routines in case I want to come back to it. So let's say there's a
Right.
routine I do like, damn, that was good. Maybe I'll do that one again. Like I'll write it down and I might do it throughout the week or the month or wherever. And but it wasn't like it's not like my dad keeps calling me, guys. Once I
Out the pops.
he's calling me. But once I get into that mode, like I'm tapped in. I'm never not tapped in.
Right.
Like I have my days, and I think we're all human, and we definitely have our days.
Absolutely.
But it's just the goal is not to stay there. The plan is never to stay there. The plan is to keep
Hmm.
moving. And I've been, like I said, I've been planning. I've been working on my business plan heavy, like literally revamping it. I've had a business plan for this gym that I wanted to do for years, but I actually sat down recently and just went over it all over again because
Yeah.
what was old news is old news now. Things have changed so much. So
Right.
there's been like a whole bunch of changes when it comes to like that, the way I train my clients, uh, the way I train myself, like the past. It's funny that you asked that the past 2 weeks. That's been like so. I've been like so drilled into that, like to the point where if my friends are calling, ignore. Like
Right.
I've never.
Hmm.
I don't. I feel like I've been the most tapped in that I've
Yep.
ever been. And um,
Yep.
if if you find yourself in a place where you feeling lost and you up at night every night, you're scratching your head and something's just like you destined for something, or you got a plan, or something's gonna work out, you miss
Right.
something is missing. What is it that I'm missing? What's missing is the fact that you're overthinking
Right.
and you're not planning. And I spent so many nights just like up, like probably doing research, but not like doing anything about the research.
Right.
I'm gonna come
Hmm.
back to this, but I never really
Yeah.
went back and opened that tab. So my part of my discipline is now to like, if I find myself doing that, the next day I better go and look at that tab or look at what I had planned or make sure that in the moment I'm having those overthinking moments of something that's
Hmm.
probably excited me to write it down, you know, and just like just making sure that I'm tapped in. And I don't feel sorry for ignoring people's calls. I don't feel sorry for taking this time to myself because I think um, I've been giving so much of myself to people, and you know, I've given. I know for a fact I've given a lot of myself to a lot of people, and
Right.
I never count what I never get in return. I'm always
Yeah.
satisfied with the fact that at least I was able to do this for this person or this, that, and the third. And now it's time for me to start tapping in on myself because
Yep.
keep pouring into everybody, you ain't gonna have nothing left in your cup.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, my
Absolutely.
cup was feeling a little dry. It was a little parched. So
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Snaps for
I
that.
love
yeah.
Snaps for
that.
that.
I
Love
love
that.
that.
So
Love
I-
that.
I'm definitely like tapped in right now.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that too, because we were literally just talking about this earlier. It's lock-in season, man. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's it's time to lock it. I don't know what it's been maybe about like this particular year or just where we're at in life, just this particular chapter, whatever it is, it just feels like this is the moment to like go all in and full throttle and just try to accomplish it all. Like whatever it is that whatever crazy goal, aspiration, ambition that you have, now is the time. Now is the time to do it. A, we're not getting any younger, like,
Right.
and B, it's just there's just something in the air, man. It just feels very contagious, it feels very infectious. It's just like, man, for whatever reason, all the stars, all the stars keep aligning and everything in
Right.
every signal in my life is pointing me in the direction of
I
man. Go fucking get it. Go and get it.
if some people are crazy enough to like go bungee jumping but not go for their goals, shame on you.
Yeah,
Because if we could
Mm.
do those crazy exciting things but still go to sleep at night not doing the things that we want to do, that's a
Absolutely.
shame on us.
yeah,
You
It
know,
is.
that's and I do mean that
yeah,
you find yourself in a place of regret or
yep.
putting yourself in a bad mental place,
Hmm.
and that's really where I feel like a lot of like our mental health stems from. Like it's just not going for what it is that we want. Like
Right.
Absolutely.
start limiting excuses. If you got to just start with writing down something, like whatever it is, just get started.
Right.
Say hi to that person. I don't know.
Yeah,
Go
just
speak
do
to
it.
that manager that you're scared to talk to. You know, just
Mhm.
whatever it is, take them little baby steps. It's gonna get you where you gotta go. At
That's it.
least
Agree.
That's
half
it.
or a quarter.
Right.
You know.
That's a
That's
fact.
it. That's it.
Why the real quick on that note, man, I was really tapped in what you were saying, man. Like, I really tapped in. And I just had to ask, like, why do you think people are not going for the
Fear.
things that they really want? Like, why would you bungee jump and then not, start that business, or, you know what I mean? Like, why are people not doing that, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think that, if I go bungee jumping or go on a crazy roller coaster ride, I know I'm coming back. Well, for the most part, I
Hopefully.
trusted that this
Hopefully.
person.
Hopefully.
Yeah, for the most part, you putting trust in that person in the uniform.
Right.
Somebody else has the
Mhm.
job. It's not your job to do this.
Mhm.
All you gotta do
That's
is
it.
do this part.
That's
But now when
it.
it's something that you want to do, this is your job
Right.
entirely. You gotta focus all on you. So
Mhm.
now it's not up to anybody else. And if you really want what you got to do, you're gonna have to have those hard days. You're gonna have to have those moments where you got to put in more effort than you want to. Like, we're not babies anymore. You know, crying about your circumstances is no longer a thing. You got to just keep.
Right.
Yep. I agree. I think people just don't. They're unwilling to put in that kind of effort and that kind of they don't want that kind of responsibility at the end of the day.
Right.
I think, like I said, just like we talked about earlier, I think most people just naturally want the low hanging fruit. They want what's easy,
Right.
and a lot of the great things when you look at people who have accomplished great things, before
Right.
us and whatnot, because we're definitely en route to accomplishing great things. We manifesting it right now and always have been. We're going to accomplish everything that we've ever wanted and then some. But if you look at anyone who's accomplished anything
Automatic.
of mass success or immense greatness thus far,
Right.
it took a lot of faith. It took a lot of um,
Hard
just belief.
days,
It takes a lot of persistence. It takes a
Right.
lot of um, just
consistency, tears,
that's
all,
it.
blood,
all
That's
that.
it. It takes it all. It takes it. It takes it all, and that's why we deserve it all.
days.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Because we put in the work, and it's dope to see when you do put in that work. Like you do see the
Right.
results. And it may not always be instantaneous, right?
Right.
We want it right now. We want it expeditiously, but it doesn't always come like that.
Right.
That's not how it works
And
sometimes.
not to think that your ideas are too silly. Like, I've even had to learn that too. Like, even with me saying like the Paigey Mansion and
Right.
Six Flags Gym. There's a lot of crazy places that's out right now, and you'd be
True.
like, that's actually a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yeah.
And to be
So if you
honest, I'm glad you talking to us, because that didn't sound crazy. I was like
Mm-mm.
that. I mean, we always talk about that. Like, our ideas sometimes are like that, and being around people that normalize it,
Right.
it's just like,
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, can I pop in?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
you know what
it. You
I'm
see
saying?
the Pagey Mansion sounds like somewhere I
Like,
want to be
yo,
at. I'm
can I
like,
just
hold
come
up.
say what's up when it's built? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what
I,
I'm saying?
I'm, I'm,
I'm
I'm
like,
trying
yeah,
to I'm trying to DJ that thing. I'm trying to DJ the
like,
party. I'm like, hold up,
yeah,
man.
I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be there doing
doing
muscle ups
and
too, though.
I was
muscle ups. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
nah,
was
man.
much.
Yeah, I always think about like those big goals as not like if it's possible, just how is it possible? Just like
Right.
what
Yeah.
things need to happen? Do we need to get grants? What needs to happen?
Yeah.
Because it can happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the size of the lot that you need to make the Six Flags of gyms? You know what I mean? Like I really just think about the how. You
Right.
know what I mean? Because
Exactly.
it is
Hmm.
possible. So
All of
yeah.
that is planned, and all of that is in the blueprint. All
That's
of
it.
that is in. These are all the things that all the questions that you're asking, all the questions that I got written down, all the they sort of answered. Like, I
Right.
know what kind of space I'm looking for. I know what I
Hmm.
need, and it might seem, it might seem tremendous,
Yeah.
but
And that's okay.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong
I
with that.
think
Like
it's
we normalize the greatness.
yeah.
We normalizing. On that note, I know Diamond had talked about this before we hopped on. He checked out your GoFundMe. Can you walk us through, where we can find your GoFundMe and exactly what that's going to on the project?
Yeah, you can find my GoFundMe right now in my Instagram link. I
Hmm.
have Facebook, but I don't use Facebook, so I don't know how to put it
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Um, my GoFundMe is geared towards like the business and also personal
Hmm.
goals, like personal things that's going on, like with my household, like where I live at. I live in Bed-Stuy. I live in an old house, and there are a lot of things that really do need to get fixing in here. And you know, some days is some days, a lot of days is extremely stressful, um, because it does make it hard to like try to handle even like the little things. And I think I'm gonna get embarrassed to like say or like post what it is.
Right.
So I keep it like I do
Yeah.
need to get
Yeah.
some things adjusted. And I do have 4 pit bulls that I refuse to let go. I love them. I love them deep down, and the easiest thing to do is to let them go. And uh, you know, they mean the world to me. And uh, I'm a strong girl. I don't cry.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's
You
all
let it
good.
tear out,
It's
man.
all
You
good.
can let it tear out,
Yeah.
man. Go ahead and let it. You
You
know,
Hmm.
know,
let it.
I've had them all since they were puppies. The mom, dad, and the mom and dad gave me babies I didn't ask for. You know, so I feel
Hmm.
like my grandma taking care of their daughter's kids. Like, but oh yeah, I gotta take care of all of them. They're a lot. You know, dogs are expensive. Whether it's like they
Yeah.
need vegetables, they dog food. Like I have 4 pit bulls, so you
Right.
know they get
Hmm.
a bag of dog food in like a week, and that's a
Hmm.
26-pound bag of dog food. And honestly, uh the reason I need help with that is because like one, I really honestly don't have that many clients because I find myself working on trying to make this work,
Right.
and I'm learning that I have to try to balance everything out. Um,
Yeah.
and you know, I feel like everything is like baby steps, and when they're not good, I'm not good, and it kind of pulls me back. And then when
Right.
things are not good at home, it makes it harder to think. And then, you know, I've always been the type to not ask for help. Like, I promise you, if I'm broke, I'll go 2 weeks no food just because I refuse to ask for help. Like,
Right.
I will not ask for anything. I will just be like, damn, Paige, you getting a little skinny. Like, but like, but I really think I had to swallow my pride real huge. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a month and a half to create this GoFundMe, or not to create it, but to actually put it out there because
Right.
that's just really, that's how, I don't know, prideful or where my ego is.
Yeah.
It really took me that long just to even put it out there. And even when I did put it out there, I was just like, oh my God, like, you know, just like, but uh I feel better now that I put it out there, and
Right.
hopefully people who are Instagram realize that just because you have a certain amount of followers, it doesn't mean that you don't need help too. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
I know people personally who have a lot of followers, but are keeping an image of, you know, I got this, I got that, and
Right.
think it's important that the world that we live in right now is to show each other and the youth that
Hmm.
that's not the case. That everybody not out here stunting,
Right.
like I think they are. Sometimes some people got connects, and sometimes we just got really. I got some good friends
Right.
who help me every now and again, and you got to appreciate these people. But I think it's
Absolutely.
important to be like upfront, you know, and honest with people. Um, and if I already kind of live by that, like it was one of my pushes to actually just take that leap and just post that GoFundMe. So
Yep.
the business aspect, I can't wait to. I know I'm gonna have my gym.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna stop working on that. You know, it's been in my brain for like 10 years, this thought of this gym, and
Hmm.
I feel like I've been working on everybody else and helping everybody else out, and now I'm just like, you know what, it's time to do you. It's time to
Right.
focus on you. Get back to those plans. You left them alone for a couple of years. Now it's time for you to focus on what you need to. Like, it's no more time to be sitting around sad or confused. And I think
Absolutely.
don't ever get in that place, but like to stay there is probably one of the worst things that you could possibly do, you know?
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
it like I said, it took a lot for me to actually make that post, or put that information out there. Um, And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I'm still like hesitant. You can see I probably posted it once on
Right.
my page. Maybe
Yeah,
I posted it once in my stories too recently. Like, so maybe twice I posted it, but like I am gonna post it again. And I'm glad y'all brought it up because I do need to make sure that,
of
Right.
course.
if I have a plan, that I
Right.
got to stick to it in all aspects, even if some things don't work out the way that I wanted to.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and I think a big point that you touched on is it's okay to be vulnerable, and I think like
Right.
showing that a lot more. That's I think
Right.
that's something that I've definitely opened myself up to a lot more in recent years. Especially as like I don't ever like. I'm not gonna say I'm like super traditional in the sense that I buy into all these gender roles and whatnot, but at the end of the
Right.
day, I'm a man, like, and it's just I think also as men sometimes like it's also harder for us to be vulnerable, and
Right.
whatnot.
Right.
But I think opening up yourself up to that space and just understanding that sometimes, even though we try to keep it all together,
Yeah.
sometimes things ain't all right, and it's just like
Right.
that's okay
Yeah.
too, though. Like that, it's all right to not be all right,
Right.
like, and it's just like all right
Facts.
sometimes you do need help and there's nothing wrong with asking for that, and you do have people around you that want to support you and want to help lift you up, and it may not always be exactly what you need or whatever the case may be, but every handout, and I don't want to necessarily say handout, but anything that anyone can contribute, it doesn't always have to be monetary, right? There's
Right.
so many other ways that people can support you and be there to help uplift you, whatnot. But there's plenty of people out there who have it and who want to give it, and sometimes all you have to do is ask.
Right. Sure.
Closed mouths don't get fed. So,
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. My
you
cousin,
know,
my cousin Ray was saying the same thing. He said he asked somebody like how do you get more or something? How would you ever get to this level? They said I asked.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm glad that you touched on those pieces too, because I think all of us on here are probably like really really prideful about a lot of things in life. All of us,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I found myself in a lot of moments kind of like in that same mode of like just not wanting to ask, like not wanting to
Right.
ask for things.
Right.
But the other piece is I also see in all of us, especially you, Paige, just from you talking, I could kind of see that you're a giver,
Right.
you're a
mhm,
natural giver, and I think that's with us too. And I don't know why that is sometimes the natural givers don't want to be given to,
Right.
and
mhm.
that's like a little bit of an ego thing too that I had to realize even in myself. Like I don't know what that is, but it's kind of like I don't know if not feeling we're deserving of it or what it is,
Right.
but we got to be open to the other side of that too sometimes. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that you talked through that and told us a
yeah,
story on that, man. That's
yeah.
that's that's
Some,
that's real
And thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
something
for sure.
that we sometimes feel like we're not deserving of it or we don't know. I think that we do think that. I know I've definitely thought that. I'm like, well, I can honestly get caught up in like all of the bad things I've done in life. Like,
Right.
well,
Right.
because I know I did
Right.
trip that.
Yeah,
I didn't give him his candy or,
Right.
like just little things.
should have gave
Yeah, it's
him the
little
candy,
things I
man. Should have gave him the goddamn candy, man.
I knew I should have gave him that chocolate bar. But like it can be like silly little things that we let attack
Right.
our spirit and go
Yeah.
with things that we allow to take over. And I feel like at times when you allow things like that to take over, you find yourself addicted to all of the wrong things.
Hmm.
Whether it be addicted to being around the wrong people, liquor, drugs, or whatever,
Right.
because now you're using that because you've been scared of all this potential that that you got, and I'm pretty sure we all know some talented people who just be like, damn, dude, this motherfucker got so much potential, and they're just like
Yeah,
not doing nothing with it. Like, look
Yeah.
what he's doing with his life, or
Right.
look what he's doing with her life,
Yeah.
you know. Um, but once you find yourself in that predicament or that position in life, you just wake up. Like I don't. That's what happened to me a couple weeks ago. I just was like, all right, that's it. Enough is enough. Like
Right.
yeah.
let it go. So
Hmm.
yeah.
That's what's up, man. Man, I'm
Yeah.
super glad you touched on that. That's heavy and it's real, man. It's something that I think a lot of people deal with and don't talk about, man. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I didn't expect the conversation to go here, but I'm glad
Right.
we are here now.
Yeah.
Of
All
course.
right.
Of
We
course.
are here.
That's
We are here, and I'm glad we arrived, man.
what's up, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge piece of being human, man. Like we all go through it, and it's just um sometimes we like to think that our problems like no one can relate to, but there's man,
Oh yeah,
there's somebody who's out there who's going through something similar, and it's just like, man, if there's anything that I can lend you, a
right,
dollar,
right,
a piece, a word of advice, whatever the case
right,
may be, hey
right.
man, let's make it happen.
And then
It's
another thing,
important.
um, what you said, like we all going through problems. Like that's another thing that I think some of us think about. Well, damn, I'm going through this, but I know 50 other people got probably worse problems than me, and that'll be your reason to
Right.
not speak. Like that was
Really
Hmm.
that
not
was another
right.
one of my reasons to not do my
Yeah.
GoFundMe. There's probably people out there worse going off worse than what I'm going through. Like
Yeah.
your problem to you is
Right.
detrimental, you know,
Correct.
and whoever
Right.
problem is detrimental to them, but you know somebody else has a bigger problem than you.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Right.
make the problem minimal. So we have to start
Right.
minimizing whatever it is that we going through. And I had
Yeah.
to learn this over the like past year, um, um, just to take a step back and look at what you're going through. And it's not to feel sorry for yourself, but to just take
Right.
a look at whatever it is that you're going through and just try to just minimize the nonsense. Like
Right.
there's nonsense, and then if you keep allowing this dark cloud to hover over you, you're going to continue
Hmm.
to be in this dark place, and you have to pull yourself out of the mud.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's real. Like it's one thing for sure, two things for certain. You stuck in the mud, ain't nobody else around.
You
You gonna
gotta
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah.
stay there? Like
Yep.
gotta get up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, darkness and negativity, it'll consume you if you allow it. Like I think it's there's nothing wrong with processing, right? And like going through things. Like you shouldn't just be ignoring your problems or whatnot. Like you should absolutely process, but dwelling on it, like just like living in it, I think that's where things can go bad fast. So you gotta process, you gotta move on though too. Like you said, you
Right.
gotta let it go at some point.
Right.
LIG, man. I'm a
you
firm
can't
believer.
be Eeyore.
Right.
Man,
You
nobody wants to
you
be
can love
no one
Eeyore.
wants to be
We
Eeyore.
gonna give Eeyore them hugs, but be like, we
It's-
gotta start helping Eeyore out too. I'm like, come on, Eeyore, let's get up. Come on.
Come on,
You got a
get out here and get you
friend
some
that's being
sunshine,
Eeyore.
Playboy.
uh
Nah, that's a fact.
so I think this is a great point. We appreciate you sharing and um, just sharing a lot about your story, where you're at with things and where you're going. Um, I know you mentioned that you obviously want to open your own gym and tell us a little bit more, like I'd like to end on a high note. Like, where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years as far as like what you want to accomplish as far as like your gym? You don't have to give us all the gyms too. I know you mentioned that you want to launch your own clothing line and like and all that, but without giving us all the juice, like what are
Yeah.
some of the things that you want to accomplish?
Uh,
5 year
the
plan. Yeah.
clothing line. I one reason why I never like started it per se was because I noticed that it's easy to buy like these outfits and stuff and just tag your name on it. But
Hmm.
that's
Right.
not my idea. I legit have a sketchbook like full of like outfits that I've drawn in my head. I know particularly like in particular what I want to wear, what I would like to see.
Mm.
So I would like to I don't know how to sew. I bought a sewing machine. My doggies broke it, but hopefully I get another one. I only use it like 3 times. But
Dang.
I have these ideas in my head. I know what I want to wear to the gym. Like I know what I wanted to wear to the gym. I know what kind of winter coat I want to wear. I know what kind of clothes I want to wear when I go to the lounge. It ain't never nothing in my head is in the store.
Hmm.
Uh,
Right.
so my goal with the clothing aspect is to be able to work with someone who can help me put that dream into life because I
Yeah.
do not know how to sew.
Yeah.
I
Right.
just as much as I
Right.
would like to learn in 5 minutes and get everything, it's not gonna happen in 5 minutes. But
That's it.
as far as like the clothing line goes, I know what visions I have in mind. And it's very much not regular. I don't think it's regular. And if I can somehow get myself into you know that place or meet the right people to help me make that
Hmm.
become the reality that's in my head, that would be great. um as far as like the gym goes, uh
She's like, I'm gonna hold back on that one.
I can shed a little bit.
A little
Like as
bit.
far as the gym goes, like I go to all these different gyms. You know, you experience all of the gyms. You see what's cool. You see what you like about this one, that one, or whatever. You might like the
Right.
community of this one. Like the one that I go to, I like the community of it. I like the people that's there.
Mhm.
Honestly, that's probably the main reason I go. I don't go for that gym in particular.
Mhm.
I go for the people because honestly, they give me life. Um,
Right.
that's the Green Fitness Gym. And I recently started going to Lifetime. Is it Lifetime? Is it Lifetime?
The super big one,
That's that
like the
expensive
big.
gym.
Yeah, that's
Which
Lifetime.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Which
Lifetime.
one, which location? The Atlantic one or the
I've
Dumbo?
been to I think I've been to Barclay. I did go to the Barclays. I did go to Dumbo.
Mhm.
I went to the one in the city twice. And I just go around and I explore. I'm going to these gyms because one, I love going to the gym. Two,
Mhm.
I'm trying to, I'm looking at my competition,
Right.
even though they way ahead of me right now.
Yeah.
Right.
um,
It's okay. You coming?
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I explore to learn, um, and see like from aesthetic point of view, athletic point of view, um, a customer's point of view, a staff member's point of view. I'm looking at it from all angles. Like I look at what people don't like about their job, or how can you make somebody's day better? I mean, work is work. You're gonna have some
Right.
every day. Not gonna be a piece of cake, But just watching the minimal things that could probably just be changed. Like all of those are the things that I've been writing about in my plans, and you
Hmm.
know, I'm I'm being very particular about what I want to build. Um, I'm all here for the girls, so I would like to see more women jumping into like the calisthenics community, or even if it's
Right.
just working out,
Yeah.
which is why I kind of started doing some classes. Like some of my classes for the rest of the year are most likely going to be free. Um, I can't
That's
afford to be
amazing.
doing free classes, but I
Right.
would like to build that community, and
Right.
Yeah.
honestly, it helps me too. I've been little in my own shell. Like I go to the gym, mind my business, do my workout, go home.
Right.
And sometimes
Hmm.
I'll come with a friend or whatever, and we might work out. But for the most part, I'm in and out. I do what I gotta do. I go home.
Yeah.
It's like a man going shopping. Like I
In
know
and
exactly
out.
what
Don't mess
y'all want.
around.
we
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't we don't we
We ain't
don't be
messing
horsing
around.
around. We in
We
there,
not.
we out. We out. We in and we out.
I know what I
So
came here for. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. So like that's how I am when it comes to the gym. So just being like, especially like the past 5 years, I feel like I've been uh not I've been, I can just say in short, like I've been in the shadow,
Hmm.
and
Trying to
I don't want to be that anymore.
Hmm.
I do feel like I've pushed myself back a lot, and
Yeah.
now I'm learning myself differently, and we'll never be our old selves, I believe. I feel like we just continue to grow, and maybe there'll be some old parts of you that's still there, but for the most part, there's some parts of you that can't really be anymore.
right.
And,
Yeah.
you gotta shed, little caterpillar.
Right.
That's the only way
Yeah.
you're gonna become a butterfly.
Facts.
So, um, that's how I feel like I am right now. So I'm
Yeah.
stepping out of a comfort zone that I've been in for like the past couple of years, and I feel like I could be honestly socially awkward. This is the most I've ever spoken in a long time. So y'all got a lot out of me today. I don't know if you can tell how nervous I am.
Nah,
Now
man.
you
You
Nah,
you
good?
did a
I'm
nah.
great
glad you
job.
came. Glad you kicking it with us,
You've been
man. You did a
you've been
great
kicking
job.
it for real.
I thought you had your own podcast. I thought I was on your show. You know what
That's
I
funny.
mean?
I thought I was in the Paigey Mansion for a second. I'm like, hold up.
It's coming. It's coming. But
Yeah, but that's amazing. Thank you for sharing again. It's been great having you. We always like to end the show with a would you rather.
Now
So
I got a quick question for her though before we
no,
wrap
no, you
that.
don't. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Like how do you because I was on your page. How do you stay so like lean and shredded like from your game?
my diet, my diet, and being at the gym like 5, 6 days a week sometimes.
Hmm.
but also
Oh,
taking rest. It's not every single week. Sometimes I like
yeah,
Right.
sometimes I like this week. Was it this week? Yeah, I think I took maybe 3 days this week. Like,
yeah, yeah,
So like sometimes it's important to rest, even when you don't want to.
yeah,
But the diet is key. Like sometimes when you know you're not supposed to have some junk food, just be like, all right,
Right.
yeah,
like
yeah,
Right.
it's okay to indulge, just not overindulge.
yeah.
Right.
Agree. Yeah.
Right.
That was another question that I did have actually. So you mentioned that your classes may be free. For those who want to attend, like how would they like go? Like would they just need to be tapped into your social? I'm also like asking for myself as well. I like, is it just for women? Like I'm
No.
trying to scope this out. I'm trying to see what's up. Is this the Paige Mansion crew? Like
Indeed,
I'm
I would be imagine.
I'm trying to see what's up.
Um, if it's ever just women oriented, I'll definitely make sure that that's known. But that's why the last one I did, I made sure I put the men first. I said gents and ladies. I know it's ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
but I
Yeah.
know people notice that I've been doing like a lot of women things lately, so I had to put the
Hmm.
gents first so that they know
Okay.
Right.
you can come through. But I think I need to work better on how I can make that more known, especially knowing that that's what people expect, that she's doing a girl's thing. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm gonna be doing more classes where it's everybody can join. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
who you are, what you are, as long as you come in to put in some work and sweat with us. That's what's the most important
That's
part.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, keep me in the
Of
loop.
course.
There you
See,
go,
I,
Z.
I
Of
ain't.
course.
I can assure you, I am not doing 8 muscle ups, but I'm gonna try.
You
I'm gonna.
will.
I'm gonna do something.
We ain't gonna do that to you too soon.
I ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna do
We ain't
that.
gonna do
But
you like that.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something.
I'm gonna
I'm
do
gonna be.
something out there.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be doing something. I know that. I do know that.
You are.
But okay. Would you rather be no, or excuse me, would you rather um have unlimited funding to open your dream gym anywhere in the world, or have the power to create a global movement inspiring millions to start their fitness journeys?
Damn. Hold on. Say that one more
So
time.
let me.
All right, I'm gonna break it down for you one more time. One more time. And we talking about right now, like right this moment.
I want that.
Would you rather have? Would you? Would you rather have unlimited funding to open your dream gym anywhere in the world, which I'm assuming it'd probably be here in Brooklyn, but or anywhere in the world, or have the power to create a global movement inspiring millions to start their fitness journeys?
I'm gonna go ahead with that global movement.
Okay.
I
Okay.
feel like I'm gonna. I feel like taking that path is like taking a leap of faith, and
Hmm.
uh, it's crazy. I've been telling people a lot lately, a lot more lately. Like we all need to start working out, or just start getting in shape, or you don't gotta go. I'm not telling you do muscle ups, but I'm telling you like just start getting in shape because we getting
Right.
older. Like uh, pretty soon somebody gonna have to bury one of us.
Hmm.
And you got to think about like, you know, as you're getting older, your capabilities of movement, uh, people taking care of you. And I'm not saying you should be worried about anything like that right
Right.
now, but it's something that I think about. And if I have kids, like I don't want them to be doing this, that, and the third for me all the time. I'm very independent, and I would like to be able to do for myself as much as I can. As much as
Hmm.
I think it's nothing more beautiful than watching some of these old people that be walking down the street full of energy too. Like they be having some
Right.
spunk. Like,
Hmm.
Right.
and I'm not saying that I feel bad for anybody who doesn't, but like I just think it's important to just like for everybody to just start like trying to have people gravitate towards a healthier lifestyle. You can still do what you want to do, but just make sure that you do
Right.
it so in a way where you're gonna be all right.
Hmm.
Like a lot of people are overindulging. So I would definitely as far as would you rather, I would rather spread that around across the globe, and I feel like I could get a gym out of that somehow. Oh
Yeah,
my
The
God.
gym will come
yeah.
if you did that.
The gym will
Right,
come. The
The
gym will
gym is
right,
come.
on the way. The
Absolutely.
gym is on the way.
Somebody gonna want
right,
to get jiggy with it.
right.
Come on, man.
I mean,
If you helped 1 million people get right and told them
right,
all to let you hold $1,
right,
you know
Exactly.
what I mean? You got
right.
$1 million
I'm
gym. You know what
And
I'm
I'm
just
saying?
saying. Now we
yeah, and
somewhere.
it's true.
Now we
Hey, let me hold.
somewhere.
Let me hold something. Let me
Right.
hold something, man.
Yo,
I mean
Soon come. Soon come.
that's a good question because I actually believe that either option is right? Because I can have the $1 million fund in the gym and still create that too. Because you can do
yeah.
both with the gym, right? You can
Hmm.
have the
Yeah,
gym and still
absolutely.
do both. So both options, I think, is a win-win in my opinion. But
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
latter, right? Be able to like
Yeah.
inspire millions of people.
That's a
Hmm.
fact. That's dope.
Yep. I mean, I think, we talk about it often, right? Is like what are we really doing if we're not doing for others? And I think
Right.
that's a huge piece of what life, the essence of life and legacy is about legacy, right? And I think
For sure.
a big way to leave a legacy is to make an impact. And so
Right.
I think that's where we're all at with things.
Absolutely.
I have an automatic light. Sorry.
Yeah,
No
it's all
good.
good. It's all good. That thing been shutting off
Come
on you.
on,
I'm
man.
like, that thing is not cooperating. It's like, man, you got
Yeah.
about 2 minutes.
Trying to
You
get a
got about
calisthenic
two
in on the
minutes.
low. She trying to get a
I'm
calisthenic.
here.
No
She's trying
jumping
to hit
jacks.
some
Clap
jumping
on.
jacks. She's trying to hit some jumping jacks.
Oh
See,
my
that's
goodness.
your secret of staying shredded, bro. She be working
That
out
is,
too close.
like, come on, you
burning
ain't fooling
burning
nobody.
calories,
You
burning
ain't
calories
fooling
while doing the
nobody, man.
Hey,
podcast.
so that's the secret, huh?
I see you.
That's that's how she says shredded.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
I'm cracking up.
Um,
That's what's up.
but before we let you go, how can everybody find you? For everybody who's watching.
Um, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. I believe my TikTok is the same as my Instagram. I'm Paigey Pooh. Um, I don't use Facebook, so I wouldn't recommend to look for me there.
Hmm.
If you want to, it's Paige Bullard. Right now, those are my platforms. I can send my email, Paigey. Um, hold on, because I just made this email because people been hitting me up too much in my personal. So I'll send that. I'll send that email.
Hmm.
Um,
Right,
but yeah, if you want to find the GoFundMe link, it's in my bio.
right.
Hmm.
Uh,
Post it
Page,
in.
right.
That was my thing. I was going to tell you that. Post it in the story tonight, man. That's
Hmm.
post
Yeah.
it in the
okay.
story one
Go
time
ahead and
for
do
me. You know what I'm
that. Go
saying?
ahead and do
Yeah.
that. Go
I
ahead
need
and
that. I
And,
do
need
and,
that link. I can
hey,
find. I can find it in your bio, but post it in
tag
the
us
story
in it.
tonight,
Tag
man.
us in it so we can
And
reshare it.
tag
that.
us in it, man, so we
Tag
can
us in
read.
it so
So we can read.
we can share it. So
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
do that.
Okay.
Yeah, tag us
Yep.
in
Do
it
I
too.
follow y'all
We go.
yet? If I don't,
We gonna
I'll
follow.
We
We're gonna follow
about
you
to.
after
We
this.
about to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
yeah.
connect because I
This,
want the grand opening of that gym. I want to be invited because I can do my
Yeah.
of
muscle up
Come on.
show.
course, of course. You probably gonna have your muscle up by then.
Yeah.
So
Right, I
Yeah.
will. I will.
Nah,
It's gonna be.
he he's trying to challenge you. He said, "Oh
Yeah,
no,
I'm
I'm
Yeah.
trying
I'm
oh,
to
finna do
be because
17 up in
say
there."
less.
yeah,
Say less.
I'm gonna be there at the grand opening, but what I'm really
right.
trying to be at is the grand opening of that mansion. That's where I'm really
I'm
trying to
just
be at.
saying. I'm
Come
just
on,
I was
saying.
like,
man.
We
look, I'm
definitely
gonna be
gotta
in
have
there.
you at the mansion playing the spinoffs.
You see what
Come
I'm
on.
saying? You
I'm
see what I'm
just
There
saying?
you
saying.
go.
You gotta be at the gym and the mansion. We going
That's
crazy
it.
on
Come
That's
both
on.
it.
days.
Come on.
We're gonna
Both
be
Both of
there.
them,
We're gonna
occasions.
be
Both of
there.
them.
both of them, both of
Both of them.
them, both of
All,
them.
all that.
Any last words from anybody before we dip out?
No, I just
I just want
want
to
to say
tell y'all
shout out to
thank y'all.
Paige.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all made me say some things I didn't expect to say. Um, and I look forward to like speaking to y'all another time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll be around. They be horsing around. I've been telling Ramond to bring his ass to New York, man. But he over there horsing around,
Where do
man.
y'all live
And
at?
and
I'm in Denver.
Oh, you far.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
far.
farther. I'm in Phoenix. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
Lord. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. We, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
yeah,
why they not down the
We're on
block.
different time.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
in
that's
different
about
time
it.
zones,
yeah,
man. But
nah,
I'll be back, man. I would love to connect when we came out there,
yeah,
man. I was
yeah,
gonna tell them after this. I might as well tell you while we're here. I really appreciated this episode and your energy, man. I feel like I've
yeah,
known you for years. This was
Oh,
cool, man. I appreciate meeting you.
yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
with y'all.
We
Y'all
definitely,
made
likewise.
it easy.
Likewise. Appreciate you a lot. Thanks for
yeah.
joining us.
Yeah. We appreciate you, Paige. Thank you for bringing your energy. Thank you for being you.
Thank you.
Continue to be that. We implore you to continue to shine in your light and or let your light shine. And Continue to share that with us. Share also the workouts or classes that you have coming up. We'd love to
Tap
support,
in.
join. Definitely share the GoFundMe. Lastly, and yeah, no, we definitely appreciate you. It meant a lot
And I'm
having
gonna
you.
do some online stuff too. So since y'all so far, y'all can tap in.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Come
make
bet,
on,
sure
we
it's,
tap
I'm
in. I
gonna
need a
bet,
make
little
sure
something.
it's extra special too.
Absolutely.
Hey, come
bet.
on.
Say less. Say
something
less.
for the gents
We're
and ladies.
tapping.
You
Huh?
feel
Some
me?
for the gents and ladies,
Love
man.
for the
Come on.
honeys.
and,
But thank y'all.
That's what's
and,
up, man.
Appreciate y'all.
yeah.
Keep the light on, Paige.
Yes. I was,
Literally every metaphor
if
on
I don't
both. You
move,
know
it
what
ain't gonna
I'm
be
saying?
on. I'm
Come on,
bringing
that's
these
a fact.
metaphors tonight. The
You see
metaphors
it?
on
Yeah, you
point
see it.
tonight.
You see it. You
You can
say
tell
it.
we do music. You know what I mean?
But
Well, all
you
right,
guys,
y'all. Shout out to everybody who tapped in tonight as well. We're here every Monday. We'll be back next Monday. But I'm sure at some point we'll have you back, and we'll be talking about your amazing gym and the millions of people that you've impacted thus far. So continue to do you. But shout out to once again.
good night.
Good night, everybody.